Well, welcome back to Swim or Sink. We are now into the Great White Bracket. You already know who it is, and if you don't, it's your boy Bash. I'm here with Alias. Alias, tell us who is going toe-to-toe this time.
Well, as so eloquently pointed out to me right before we went on, we've got no title versus. You're gonna have to do it for me because I don't think I can muster up the same like oomph that you had.
50% beans.
That's the one.
How do you? What is 50% beans? Is it like half a can of beans? Is it half a beans?
You know, like in a bag of chips where like the top half is just air.
We got the Lay's
It's
potato
like that,
chips
but for
of
a can
bean.
of bean.
Nah,
And,
the jokes write themselves. I'm not even gonna say them on screen.
Woo! Speaking of jokes writing themselves, we're starting on Black Belly Skate Park Rainmaker.
Well, what?
Which is always
What?
No. The map mode isn't a joke.
What?
You can see some pretty funny stuff on this.
Oh
game.
wait, Blackberry Skate Park. I was thinking of a different map, but no, Blackberry Skate Park is not. It is actually a joke. I thought we were. For a second, my mind was spaced out. I thought we were playing Rainmaker on Inkblot Art Academy. That would have been humorous. Anyways, we're starting. We got both teams are like all over the place with their lineups. They're trying to cover all the bases like the Los Angeles Dodgers right now. And it looks like nobody is approaching the Maker yet, but the barrier is broken. We got a few picks here and there, and we got the Brella Shield, and it looks like the first approach has begun from 50% Beans.
And it seems like No Title is on their way to meet their makers right off the bat. They do get a nice instant detonation of the suction bomb on the tent shield right there to shut down
The
push
direct
at,
hit.
53 points. But they will keep it going. Another one falls on the side of 50% Beans, and No Title has a little bit of an opportunity to push it out, maybe even score some points for themselves right here. This is a very interesting comp we see coming out from them. It's the Explosher, a Mini, a Nautilus, and a Tent. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, no, I really like the way that the tent shield was defending the Rainmaker carrier. It looks like No Title was doing much of the same, but I still can't get over that direct hit suction bomb. That Nautilus player did the first carrier dirty, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, right now No Title trying to push up a little bit more. Good use of the Toxic Mist to start slowing things down, making it to where No Title couldn't advance all the way. 50% Beans finally able to push back out into mid a little bit. We're going to see Turtle on the tent. Both teams running a tent, which I really like for this mode, especially just because, as you said, the shield helps the Rainmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it also just using this extra utility that you don't often see. Like, you have the ink mines, but you also have the point sensor, and that can be a really nice thing to have on this map, where a lot of times visibility can be a problem.
100%. I mean, you can sneak in Black Belly. You've got that extra corridor, but if you do want to brute force it and you can't really cover all your bases, the Tentabrella Shield comes super in handy. I don't know if 50% Beans is going to plan to put more points on the board or not. It looks like they're struggling, but they are getting some picks. We got the Inkjet. We're raining down the rest of the can of beans onto No Title, but they've yet to push.
I'm sorry, I was watching Turtle sharking right there with the Ultra Hammer still active, and I knew it was coming, but that didn't make it any less funny to watch. They just popped out and got a nice pick. Right now, both teams are sort of struggling to find a good opening. The Rainmaker will be reset, so No Title has a little bit of a chance to get themselves set back up on defense after that initial sort of like foray by 50% Beans into their area a little bit. Didn't really amount to much, but either way, just wasting. No Title just doing a good job of wasting time, I suppose.
Yeah, or just keeping 50% Beans exactly where they want them. Just not letting them advance at all. Just as I'm saying that 50% Beans is advancing, they nearly tie it up as well, but No Title stops him just in time. Could this be it though? Oh, nah, instantly deleted. Oh my goodness. Nah, No Title is not playing around. They are just swarming him right now.
Yeah, Shockwave had a good idea right there, but only able to find one extra point. Now No Title has the Rainmaker in mid. It's going to be hard for 50% Beans to work with, especially when the clock's running down. Just over a minute left to go in this game, barring any overtime shenanigans from 50% Beans. No Title looks like they might be trying to push it up a little bit further. That Inkjet's going to make things hard, especially with the player jumping in. That's going to let them know exactly where they are, but that will bring the tent shield in. And suddenly, No Title has another good push on their hands, using the tent shield once again to shield
More
the
points?
Rainmaker. But again, the instant bomb detonation will result in the Rainmaker just dying right off the bat.
All of these direct hits. Just imagine someone throwing a live grenade right at your face and just smacking you with it. That would have to hurt. Especially if it... Oh, but nah. Nah, No Title doesn't even care. They bring it down to 4 points. 50% Beans really needs to be on their business right now because there's only 25 seconds left on the clock and so much distance to cover. They got to do it nationwide, 5G, like Verizon, or they're just going to be shut down.
Yeah, you could see that they wanted to go ahead and let the Rainmaker either respawn or give their team more of an opportunity to push back into mid, but they didn't really have enough time to ensure the pick. 50% Beans with this last-ditch effort right here, forcing overtime, but in a bad spot. They won't force overtime as the Explosion comes in with a double kill right at the end of game 1. No Title sealing it.
Overtime just ended instantly right there. That's super funny. It's like, nah, y'all don't even get overtime. Y'all get to sit in the corner. Y'all get a timeout is what you get. The only time that there is the time that we're waiting for the next match. I don't know, I'm running out of things to say. But it looks like the next map is going to be Clan Blitz on Mako Mart. So we'll see if there's a bit more... We'll see if it's a little bit more even, because it's more about procurement and then just scoring than it is just rushing to the end zone.
Yeah, there were some times where it looked like 50% Beans' defense was just holding up really well, and then all of a sudden they'd get pretty much just eviscerated by 1 or 2 players. I forget who it was, but the Nautilus on No Title found a double right in the spawn area of No Title, or of 50% Beans, sorry. And if they hadn't died to a bomb immediately after, that probably would have led to a KO. So 50% Beans just getting out of there without the KO. Their defense bent but didn't break, if that's any sort of consolation. And we'll see if they can hold out a little bit longer on Clan Blitz on Mako Mart.
We'll see.
The game too.
Yeah, no, this is a good opportunity for 50% Beans to prove that they can stay on the offensive. That, or it could just be No Title doubling down. We'll just have to see how this goes. What sort of compositions are you predicting?
I don't think we're gonna see the double Splatling comp coming out from No Title this time. I think it was an interesting idea there, but I feel like Clan Blitz on Mako Mart isn't really the best game mode to bring in a Minion and Nautilus together. I could see them keeping one or the other, and I could also see them keeping the Explosher as well. But I'd expect to see probably some other sort of like weapon that can be used for map control instead of probably the Mini.
That's understandable.
And then for 50% Beans, I think their composition was mostly fine. I think both teams are probably going to bring back the Tent just because Clan Blitz and Tent go together really well. I can't really think of any sizable comp changes that I'd make for 50% Beans. It's really just about the execution for them.
100%. Hopefully there are no executional difficulties on the side of 50% Beans this time around. And we actually join this match already in progress. And 50% Beans actually with the first points on the board. So it looks like they are doing something right.
Yeah. We didn't quite see the gameplay for a bit, and I was wondering if there was something up with that.
Yeah.
I go to check the stream, and immediately as you say that, we get visual again. But that's all good. We're gonna just jump right back into the middle of this. 50% Beans with the lead and a Power Clam on deck, ready to use we do see No Title changing up their comp a little bit more. They actually opt not to bring either Splatling, instead going for a Splattershot Junior and a T-Tech, which is honestly a fairly solid composition coming out on Mako-Mart. Just really up close, nitty-gritty weapons that I could see doing really well. Both teams do bring the Umbrella back, and the Explusher does make a return for No Title. 50% Beans also bringing in this Kenza 52 Gal, which can be a very nice weapon at sometimes, and also just one of the most annoying weapons to go up against in solo queue. I don't think it's going to be any less annoying here, as they'll find a quick pick. 3v3 for the moment, just fighting for control of mid, and just picks all over the place. 50% Beans does lose a couple members. They're going to be two
there's
clams in
double
as well
score.
as a horde of others. And just like that, No Title has established a much
they haven't
stronger lead.
stopped. They actually haven't stopped. They're going in for more. Just having 2 power clams on deck, just waiting for the opportunity to overwhelm 50% Beans on the offensive end. And the timer's still going. I don't think they're going to score any more because 50% Beans is racking up all the clams at this point. And just like that, the barrier is back up with 44 penalty points to boot. But yeah, no, even with that Umbrella Shield to push, you're going to need a lot more Ooh, I liked that. I liked that snap hammer from that player right there. That was a good way to drive them away defensively. And now they will score. And only 10 because of the penalty, but they can always increase the score. We see them gathering more clams, trying to score more clams, and it's already down to 43. They didn't even have a power. Oh, no, they did make another power clam, and now it's down to 23.
Yeah,
looks like 50% Beans isn't going down without a fight.
Yeah, I think that was actually the Pity Clam super jumping in and just barely getting in time.
Perfect timing.
And with 50% Beans, it's still just it's a 3v3, but not anymore. No Title finds another pick and is able to dunk the power clam. They still have a lot of penalty to work with, and not that many members alive, but 50% Beans is even worse off on the member side.
And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh my goodness. No Title is more like no mercy right about now, because they are just eating through these beans. They got to get their protein. What else can I say?
I think we found out where the other 50% of the beans went.
100%.
No Title still looks hungry for more as we go into Game 3. Flat Zones on Skipper.
Ooh. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a fun one. We got the slanted hill and like the 1,000,001 ways that you can approach the zone. Of course, I'm still expecting mostly close range, fast firing weapons as the ideal loadout, with maybe 1 or 2 backliners to sort of deal with issues and threats at a distance. But nah, Skipper Pavilion's an interesting one, especially on zones, because the map's as big as a food court. But of course, we know No Title is still going straight for the beans.
Yeah, this could be a map mode combination where 50% Beans can just really reset their because going down 2-0 going into Game 3, that can be hard, but Splat Zones on Skipper is one of those weird map mode combinations where you can get away with stuff that might not work on some other maps. So I could see No Title, or not No Title, I could see 50% Beans sort of reaching into their bag of tricks, trying to find something new, like a different way to tackle this problem. And
reaching into their can of beans. We're having fun tonight, aren't we?
You certainly are. Let's see if 50% Beans will also be able to have fun, or if they're going to fall 3-0 to No Title. Bringing back the Mini, as well as the Explusher and the Tent, also going to be having the Squeezer. There's going to be... I can't make out what the other weapons are, but there is the Hydra Splatling, another Tent, a Kenza 52 Gal, and a Splattershot Junior, I think.
And just like that, 50% Beans has captured the zone first. They've got a lot of painting power, it seems. Their loadout might suggest that slightly. Yeah, no, they've got some shooters. That plus they've been using that Tent Umbrella for protection. But of course, No Title's got a Tent Umbrella of their own. And once they start, it's hard for them to stop.
Yeah, my one concern with both of these teams is it looks like they might struggle with painting power at times. Like some of these weapons just take a little bit to actually get going with painting. Really only the Splattershot Junior is like the conventional painting weapon, and that's pretty much it. We are going to be seeing just a scrappy fight for mid, a good usage of the specials to like weather through that first initial push on defense. And because of how many people went down, No Title can just afford to keep holding on to the zone. Having the mini in there will help a lot. One of the better weapons at painting between the burst bomb and the quicker charge time. And this might just let No Title rock. But no, they will go down. They will falter. And just like that, 50% Beans is taking control of the zone just in the nick of time. Only 6 points left.
72 penalty points as well. I was just about to call it. I was about to say there's no title because there's no move because it skipped straight to the ending. But no, 50% Beans is saying, no, we still got some plot. We still got some plot. We're going to stop that hammer from going anywhere further. And we're going to try to whittle this down and we're going to try to make it even. But the question is, how much can they endure? Have they been able to get a defensive strategy that will work more in their favor? I like when they're popping the armor. They've lost control briefly. I like them trying to use the Brella to stop them from pushing, but they weren't really able to stop them for too long because No Title was able to score. And if they haven't whittled down their penalty points too much, they've certainly put the hammer down on 50% Beans with a 40 piece.
Yeah, and one other interesting thing is 50% Beans only has one like legitimate lethal. They have 2 splash walls and an ink mine, correct? On the custom Hydra?
I believe so.
Shockwave somehow getting close. Out of that. We'll find
the 2-piece! Shockwave sending waves this match. Gonna try to
still want more. They're pushing out. This is an incredibly aggressive Hydra gameplay as 50% Beans is through their penalty points, trying to hold on to this zone for as long as possible. They need to keep an eye on that top, though, because it looks like No Title's sort of attacking from there while Shockwave's watching over the mid area. Hammer coming out from the Brella. No Title
but the Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, it's just too much. Shockwave... I thought Shockwave was jumping out. I guess they were just hiding instead.
I thought they were going to keep Sentry behind cover, but now that it looks like they had to push back. Anger right now, going to try to take all of their frustration on the members of 50% Beans. Gonna use that Brella to try to rain on their parade a little bit as the penalty points continue to go down on the side of No Title. And they really do have that held down with an iron grip, but that curling bomb launcher might shift things back in the favor of 50% Beans, but No Title is not letting them cap. At least they didn't let them cap for a while. Ooh, they tried to repaint, but wow, the penalty points just keep stacking up and up and up on both sides.
Yeah, I think an underrated element was Anger dropping those ink mines there. They actually sort of helped just to deny the curling bomb rush that came out from Turtle on the other Tentrella.
At least for a little while.
Yeah, it took pretty much just the Ultra Hammer coming out from Anger to present 50% Beans with an opening.
Oh, they
the
might
Ultra
do
Hammer's
it, though.
not exactly the most it's not the most agile weapon. It can be a hard time to actually like not give up area behind you while you're using it. But No Title not having to deal with the adverse effects of that anymore. They do find the zone and barely prevent 50% Beans from taking the lead. They only have to hold on to it for another 10 seconds to advance to the next round. Can they do it?
Can they do it?
It's looking like they might
Stay
be able
safe.
to finding another
Stay
pick
safe.
right there.
There
and
it
they
is.
Will. And 50% Beans, unfortunately, going to fall 3-0 to No Title.
50% Beans has been consumed rather. No Title has eaten the rest of the 50% and are approaching the recycling bin to dispose of the can in an environmentally responsible manner. That was actually dominant. Like, even in the third match, when 50% Beans was kind of clapping back, No Title said, I receive the zone. You receive penalty points. And it kept going on like that for a while. Yeah, very good effort to 50% Beans, but No Title wasted no time moving on to the next round.
Yeah, just doing a very good job of always having the objective in mind. We saw that throughout all 3 of those games. where No Title just was able to keep pushing forward, like regardless of the circumstances. They knew when to hold back, but for the most part, that was just a very in-your-face, aggressive assault on all 3 games, and it just worked really, really well.
Definitely. It was fun to watch.